His Excellency Kyaw Moe Tun, the Permanent Representative of Myanmar. The floor is yours, Excellency.
Thank you, Mr. President. At the outset, allow me to congratulate you and the other members of the Bureau on your election. I also wish to commend you on your able leadership in the lead-up to the conference. You can count on our full support and cooperation throughout the session. Myanmar aligns itself with the statements of NAM and ASEAN. Mr. President, the 11th Review Conference is taking place against the backdrop of the deteriorating security environment, from the erosions of the arms control architecture to nuclear rhetoric. Increased salience of nuclear weapons in the military doctrine, horizontal and vertical proliferations. We are witnessing the highest level of nuclear risk since the Cold War. Such heightened risks are further compounded by emerging technologies, including the integration of AI in weapon systems. Nuclear weapons pose an existential threat to the humanity, and a single use of nuclear weapons, whether by design or accident, will have catastrophic humanitarian and environmental consequences for current and future generations. Myanmar therefore reaffirms our position that the only guarantee against the use or threats or use of nuclear weapons is their total elimination. Mr. President, after nearly 60 years, the NPT remains the cornerstones of nuclear disarmament and non-proliferation. Restoring the credibility and integrity of the NPT at this critical juncture requires of all of us to exercise maximum flexibility, constructive dialogue, and meaningful cooperation to avoid repeating the consecutive failures from past review conferences. At the same time, we stress the utmost importance of making tangible progress in the implementation of Article 6 and call upon nuclear weapon states to fulfill their obligations accordingly. Similarly, we underscore the need to pursue negotiations in good faith for a successor agreement after the expirations of the New START Treaty. Mr. President, Myanmar attaches great importance to the universal adherence to the CTBT and again calls upon all states that have not ratified it, especially the remaining Annex II states, to do without delay for its entry into force. Myanmar is of the view that the TPNW complements the NPT and represents the role of effective measures under Article 6. We also reiterate the need to resolve differences to commence negotiations on the fissile materials carve-out treaty under the Conference on Disarmament. As a state party to the Southeast Asia Nuclear Weapon-Free Zone Treaty, Myanmar believes the establishment of nuclear weapon-free zones in accordance with Article 7 can contribute to further strengthening global norms against nuclear weapons. On the issues of denuclearizations of Korean Peninsula, Myanmar calls on the DPRK to abide by all relevant Security Council resolutions. Mr. President, Myanmar reaffirmed the inalienable right to the peaceful use of nuclear energy under Article 4. In this context, Myanmar emphasizes the strict compliance with the IAEA guidelines at every stage of the nuclear energy development to prevent any misuse of nuclear energy or technology by malicious actors. Under the elected civilian government, Myanmar ratified the Conventions on Nuclear Safety and the Convention on Physical Protections on Nuclear Materials in 2016, the CTBT in 2017, and signed the TPNW in 2018. Unfortunately, our plan to ratify the TPNW, put the IAEA additional protocol into force, and adhere to the modified small quantity protocol was disrupted by the illegal military coup. Against this backdrop, we are seriously concerned with the enhanced collaborations between the military junta and a major nuclear weapon states on their so-called nuclear power plan. Our concern has its merits. The military junta that weaponized dual-use item commits war crimes and crimes against humanity cannot be trusted to apply nuclear energy for exclusively peaceful purposes. The military junta that conceals its past chemical weapons program cannot be trusted to demonstrate transparency and accountability in nuclear programs. The military junta that violates the ASEAN's 5-point consensus and relevant UN resolutions, including the Security Council Resolution 2669, cannot be trusted to comply with IAEA safeguards. The military junta that undermines regional reputation, peace and stability cannot be trusted as a credible partner in any nuclear cooperation. Simply put, military junta, their words, commitments, or actions can never be trusted. Therefore, any cooperation from the international community, including a nuclear energy program, should be extended to Myanmar only when the military dictatorship is ended, democracy is restored, and the military is under civilian oversight. Taking this opportunity, I appeal to all member states to cut the flow of arms, weapons, jet fuel, other dual-use items, and related technologies to the military junta to save the lives of the people of Myanmar. I thank you, Mr. President.
I thank